Now, onto something a little more serious and not quite so fun. We noted on the show a couple of weeks ago that the FBI had dropped its investigation into Prince Andrew, but apparently that changes nothing from within the family itself. What do we know?
Yeah, this it shouldn't come as too big a surprise, but it seems to Andrew it may have done. I mean, obviously, as you've just said, the reports are that technically, the FBI has now said that they're not pursuing any third party charges, and it seems that in that regard, that shadow that's been cast over him for the last few years, in terms of what was going to happen in the future, that's over now. But when it comes to his royal duties and public life, nothing has changed. It's been reported that he felt quite chipper when that report came down recently, possibly optimistic about the fact that maybe there was some sort of return to the royal fold or public facing life. But he has been reminded by his brother, who has been consistent on this the whole way through, that there is no return to that. Prince Andrew's been out of royal duties now for more than 5 years, ever since his disastrous Newsnight interview. And he has had several controversies. His ties to Epstein really was just one of them. Even as recently as late last year, he became mired in another scandal, which was his links to an alleged Chinese spy, Yang Tengbo, over here, and that drama, which unfolded in December, saw him uninvited from the royal family Christmas. So, in terms of all of that, at the very least, Andrew is accused of just very poor judgment along the way. And there is no appetite from the British public over here for him to return to royal duties. There seems to be no appetite at all from the king. And it was that reminder to Andrew that despite the fact that now, yes, of course, it's a relief for him that the line has been drawn in the sand by the FBI. In terms of his future, he will probably just continue living life the way he currently is, which, by many accounts, is that it's largely reclusive. He lives to be fair, a very large and beautiful estate, but he doesn't have that public life, and there really doesn't look like there'll ever be a return to it.
No, and I think that's right. I don't see there being the public appetite, and for the royal family, who is trying to be relevant and relatable, it just does not fit with that strategy at all. Now, one last story, and we did touch on this last week, the investigation at Highgrove Gardens. We understand there's an update.
Yeah, so this has been unfolding, as has been mentioned previously. There had been complaints from staff at Highgrove and working in the gardening department there that they were underpaid and overworked. That's actually run by the King's Foundation, not the Palace, and they had released a statement previously saying that the King was very proud of the gardens and what they'd achieved there, and that their staff turnover was below the national average. But what has now come out is a source from King Charles's camp has spoken to Vanity Fair, saying that they have alleged that it's disgruntled ex-employees just trying to cause trouble for the King's Foundation, and also again just pointed out that the King is very proud of the work he's doing up there. So look, it's been a little bit of an unpleasant story, obviously, for the King, and this is relating to an investigation because there was a complaint made by a former staffer, but certainly they've hit back fairly firmly and strongly there to indicate that they've, as I said, an alleged disgruntled ex-staffer trying to cause trouble. So, we'll watch this space. There may be more on this story in the weeks to come, but that's where it's currently sitting.
Wouldn't be the first one. Bronte Coy, thank you as always.